Welcome to Tech Fever, Play Everything's weekly tech news podcast where we talk about all the nerdy tech news of the week. Everything from home theater to smart home to AI and robots and everything in between. Every episode we'll give you some favorite tech picks of the week, what we're playing with in tech for that week. And if you want to get a question read live on air, send it to TechFeverPodcast@gmail.com. I'm your host, Mike Doherty, and alongside me, as always, the beautiful Kevin Coello.
It's Cecil's birthday today. Not a big deal, but, you know, I'm going to go to In-N-Out. They have some sort of burger for dogs. Really, I just want In-N-Out, you know, animal-style fries, double cheeseburger. I'm going to have a good time.
Me and Tombo have a tradition where we go every other day to In-N-Out.
Yeah, I heard about that. Yep. Remember when you guys were super hard on keto? And Tombo was like, I'm never going to quit.
He still is. In-N-Out's keto. Dog.
Good for him.
What you gotta say now?
I'm proud. But you're not on the keto anymore, right?
I don't even get the bread. But no, I'm not on keto.
There it is.
In-N-Out, just good without the bread.
You want to go In-N-Out together? We can be in different cars.
It seems like a drive.
Well, for you.
Oh, man. Kevin Coello, how you doing this week?
Doing pretty good. I don't think I've been playing with anything that I have to talk about. It's been a long week. I'm tired.
Yeah.
I think it's Wednesday, right? Is it Wednesday? Yeah, it's Wednesday.
It is Wednesday. Tech Fever Day.
It moves the week.
It does.
Yeah.
Days off didn't last long enough. I actually started a little computer build. And
you fucked it up.
If you watched it on our... no, I didn't fuck it up. It's just there's something going on with the BIOS I gotta have someone take a look at. But...
It's weird.
Explain
the problem to me. Explain the problem to the kids.
No, I mean, it's not... It's the Windows boot, essentially. With...
So you went into BIOS. It's super easy. You hit install, OS, right?
No, there's no install OS, but you go boot from the little Windows hard drive key thing that you got. And then you boot from that, and then we'll install, and then you go back, and then you have to...
It should, after that, be automatic.
No.
It sets itself to understand which one. Yeah,
it should. No, it should.
It's on a couple computers.
No, it should, because then you restart it, and then it takes you back to the BIOS, and you set your main hard drive as the priority hard drive for boot. And
I've never had to, I've built 3 or 4 computers. I don't think that I've ever had to actually set that.
No, it's never been an issue because it's not supposed to be an issue. But what happened with mine is now every time it's like, and sometimes it doesn't even take the boot to Windows. It just restarts all over back to BIOS. It's a whole thing.
Just format what is it called? The BIOS again.
I did. I tried that.
And still an issue, huh?
Yeah.
You got a bad motherboard? You guys have bad luck over at that house.
No, I don't think it's a bad motherboard. I think it's something simple that it could be taken care of pretty fairly by somebody who knows. Like I know, but like everything in my life, I'm like I know, but I'm not all the way in.
Sure.
So I need someone who knows.
Just a finger. Just a finger.
Get it. Just a finger kind of guy. But yeah, so I'm pretty excited about that. My case is dope. So. You
want to show me?
I was going to show it next week.
I know, but you brought it up this week. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I got it.
No, I mean, pick it up. Let me see it. Where's the case?
Oh, no. That thing is so big.
Now you're going to have 3 computers in that household? They are yours? Without counting laptops?
I don't have a laptop. This is my laptop.
Okay. This right here is your laptop?
Yeah.
So, and you've got the trash can, right?
Correct. The trash can, which is giving us some issues running shows, to be honest.
Yeah, it's because it's not a good computer. We all knew that going in. A lot of people were like, hey, this isn't going to run well. No way to dissipate the heat well. And you were like, oh, no, it's fine. The Apple trash can runs really well. And it's like, they're a lot better at dissipating heat and handling heat better.
Well, I didn't really pay for it,
But you did. You just didn't pay as much, right? Right?
I mean, I worked a couple days for free, You know what I mean?
Does it work? Can you play video games on it?
Yeah, you can. Sorry, I'm trying to get it like some beauty
Like,
shots.
but does it like handle the games? Like you play Flight Simulator on medium? See what it looked like
No, but I don't play
on that
Flight
little
Simulator.
trash can.
I play Call of Duty
I
on like
understand.
low settings.
And it plays good because then you on low settings. That's not good.
Oh,
But then use that one as the streaming PC. Now you can do the dual stream setup.
Oh, sure. I see what you're saying. See?
Yeah.
It all works out for a reason.
Trying to make better products from what you got.
Here we go. Sorry. Finally got it.
It's fine. MSI, huh?
Yeah, MSI. They're just pretty, dude. They make pretty stuff.
They do make pretty things. I like it. Are you getting all the fans with actual LEDs in them?
These all they have 2 top fans, and there's glass
like
on the top.
3.
No, it's two on the top that are the RGB.
Oh, LED.
And then you have 2 in the front. Yeah. One's covered, so that one's not RGB. But the one down there, you see that little guy down there? Yeah, and then you have the back one. And then you have the cooler one on the top.
That's cool. What are you gonna do for colors configuration?
Not sure yet. Probably a hot pink blue look.
A hot pink blue looks good. I set up Joey's little gaming station downstairs. So I guess it's not any new tech. I've just got our old PCs that we got from some Amazon sponsorship where we did like a Black Friday, and they sent us. They're crazy, man. The Amazon Black Friday sponsorships were one of my favorite things, where it would literally be like a week and a half of like, more boxes are coming, and I'd open it up and be like, they sent us another desktop.
It's like Christmas, dude. It's awesome.
Yeah. So like that had, I think it was a basic 1080. Oh yeah, I have it sitting right over there. And when it came out, it was maybe a couple years old, and it's been a couple years since then. So it was a really underpowered machine, but I pulled a 2080 Super out of my rig, put a 3080 Super in its place, then I gave that original 2080 Super over to Joey in her new setup, or new to her setup, and it's running pretty well. I mean, we're not doing anything too intense on there, but those little.
Hell yeah, dude! It
was an MSI as well.
I decided to do it, and the case is a little complicated. I streamed it on Twitch. It was 7 hours. Met a cool kid named Kano from Hawaii. He likes pineapple. What? He told me. It took 7 hours to stream though, dude. Try to build
7 hours to build it.
Yeah,
what's your wire management look like? I'm gonna pull up the video and see what it looks like at the end.
It's pretty good wire
What's your channel on Twitter? Are you guys still on that Mixer?
No, we're on Twitch.
Whoops.
I hate you.
Remember, you were so excited. You're like, "Oh, Mixer is faster."
Well, that's the thing. I didn't even get to the wire management at the end. I had to do that this morning.
Are you? What did you do for 7 hours?
Dude, it was a very complicated case. Kano, he knows what he was doing. He was telling me, "Hey, man, it's not your fault."
Like, what did you do?
It's not your fault because this is not very clear. These case connectors.
Seriously, what's your channel's name?
This is twitch.tv/PE Productions.
Oh, that just catches. It just falls off the top. PE Productions works really well.
All right, why you gotta patronize me?
I don't know. Rub it
in our face that we got no play everything. Rub it in my face that we can get play everything.
Can you hear that? Was that audible to you?
Yeah, it was audible.
No, I think I have that turned. Oh, really?
Yeah.
7 hours.
Yeah,
huh?
dude. Tombo was just in Discord talking with me. It was a good time. It was actually a great stream.
Let's see how it ends up looking.
I look like such a dirtball, non-showered.
I just don't understand how it took you 7 hours. That's good. I like the way this looks. This is going to look nice when it's done.
Yeah, dude.
Look at reading the instruction manual. You know what I do with instruction manuals? Throw them out. Throw them out.
Dude,
I've never had a problem with
Kano, and Tombo couldn't figure it out.
What? You don't like me? You don't like me? I can't come in, wear a mask, check it out? You know what I mean?
You could have. I was a guy. There was no issue. It was just I had to figure out where the connector pins went. It wasn't like a flower situation where it was like, hey, man, this thing's been sitting to the side for 3 weeks. And I haven't done anything about it.
you sitting there for 7 hours trying to put it together.
It was a good time. Or Jack in
Yeah,
the
see,
Box
I would
halfway
have screwed
through.
in the PCU at the end there. You know, plug in all the power connectors, and then afterwards slid the PCU in there and screwed it in.
Oh, I didn't screw it in. It was just in the basement of the PC building. Yeah. So I should have like some like short supercut edit of that sometime soon on the channel, and then I'll talk about it
Cut it
next
down
week.
to 3 minutes.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Oh, that
I
glass
can
in
do
the
it.
front looks real pretty.
Yeah, dude, it's a beautiful case. But yeah, I mean, but I haven't actually got to like use it, so nothing new on my side. Kevin, you ready to talk some tech?
Let's talk that tech.
Let's talk that tech. This is surprising because we were so excited about the rollable phone LG kind of, hinted at their CES press conference in the beginning.
We were also excited that LG keeps making new things. Like they made the Wing. They've also experimented with a couple other like phone things, right?
Yeah.
Recently.
And last time we talked about market share for phones, LG was actually higher than like people like Google.
Yeah, everyone's higher than Google
for their market share, especially in the U.S. And that's why I was really surprised to read this week. LG considers leaving the mobile business after nearly six successive making years of a $5 billion dollar commitment. LG may finally be ready to leave the smartphone business. The Korean Herald says that the CEO Kwon Bok-seok in a message to staffers suggested that change was coming. A company official later told the paper that it was about time for LG to take to make a cold judgment about the Align mobile division, citing fierce competition in the headset market. The official that LG was looking at sale withdrawal and downsizing of the smartphone business. Kwon, who assumed the top job in LG in early 2020, promised that the mobile division would be profitable by 2021. He didn't explain how he was planning to turn around the slide beyond launching new phones with wow factors to woo consumers. In the last year, however, the company has launched the Velvet, the dual screen phone case, and the Wing, the wacky flip up display, which we know T-shaped. We made fun of how dumb it is.
Stupid.
Yeah, then they showed off the rollable at this last LG CES conference, and even in like 1 month they've fallen 1.7% this last December in 2020. Just market share alone. It just that's crazy. I don't know how you remove yourself from a market like this that you have a fairly sizable grasp on. You have a fairly sizable grasp on that market. Like I said, we're ahead of Google in market share, at least in the U.S. So I mean, it's not a complete failure, but I feel like it's such a hard space to compete in.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that really what you need to do is have a fuck ton of options. That's, I think, why Samsung does as well as it does, and all the Huawei and all those other companies that do really well. It's because they have fucking 10 phones in the market at different price points, and they must be good at calculating how many they need to make. And it just sucks for companies like LG, Sony, and Google, because it's just like they're never going to be able to grab I just don't think it's realistic for them to like grab a decent size side of the market share, because it's just like there's too many different phones that you can have at different price points that have different needs. Like if you make the best phone and it's like $1,500, there are going to be a lot of people that are like, oh, I wish I had that phone, but I don't. I have the like $300 one because that's what I can afford,
Yeah, and the people in that price range aren't going to be like, oh, check out my cool new LG phone. Like, I feel like when I did the Samsung phone, I felt so much judgment around my friends with Apple, and then all the Android people
yeah,
are
fuck
like,
those people. I always ignore them.
Even you with the Android were like,
It's just one of
Google
yeah,
Pixel.
but it's just one of those things that like I didn't want to be mean, but I also like I knew in 2 weeks you were gonna return this fucking phone, and then be like, "Oh, Android sucks. I hate Android." I'm glad you were forced to buy another Android phone.
Give it another whirl. Which it's. Are we ever gonna get a competitor in this space? Like I feel like Samsung and Apple are just behemoths, and then obviously there's.
Well, I mean it's all the countries that are being banned by the U.S. It's so interesting because like those are the competitors that are coming out of nowhere, right? Or not coming out of nowhere, but like growing and taking a decent chunk of market share, or like a reasonable source of market share. The problem is, like, they though like 2 out of these 5 companies now is like, oh, you're not allowed to sell in the U.S. And when you do that, a bunch of other countries are also like, well, you're not allowed to sell it here either, or even before, right? I think we had India say no to a couple of those companies beforehand before we got there.
Yeah, and then even on this, this article actually on Engadget adds a little insight on like one of the reasons Sony's kept its mobile division running so long is to ensure that it could leverage technologies used in phones for any future like frontier of gadgets.
Yeah, see, that's an interesting thing, where it's like I wonder how much of these phone companies is the R&D factor, because it's like what a lot of the iPhone LEDs or screens come from Samsung, right? It was that huge lawsuit last year for $1 billion.
Yeah, Samsung makes most of the displays for everybody.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. So you have to imagine that like there's a decent amount of investment in R&D that if you create something worth other companies wanting, then you can sell that to other companies that are doing phones. So you know what I'm saying? Where it's like, yeah, maybe LG doesn't do very well with phones, but maybe they did, like maybe they engineer a chip that they're selling to other companies that is making them a fuck ton of money. You know what I'm saying? Or it's like,
Yeah, or a
I don't know
rollable
that it's
display.
necessarily, or exactly, or a rollable display. If they nail that, that's something that they can license out or even sell the product to Samsung. And now Samsung doesn't have to worry about developing their own rollable OLED technology. They can use that shit that LG's worked out.
Yeah.
But I wonder how much of that actually goes into play with companies like Sony, even Apple, or I'm sorry, not Apple. What's the other one? Google. Where it's like you have to imagine they're developing features for their OS that is keeping their OS popular, right?
Yeah. Yeah, you got to imagine, and also I'm sure Google is stoked on this if they actually do pull it out 100%, because it's like that's market share that Google could claim.
Mm-hmm.
So they're not at like, what was it, 1% in the U.S. market share, not even on the scoreboard worldwide.
Yeah, but again, you gotta remember that Google OS is the biggest OS on there, like in the world, right?
Yeah.
Apple OS is a much smaller percentage. So it's like, yeah, Google's figuring out their way to make money. Like they're getting their cuts from all the apps out there.
Yeah. Yeah. 100%. And that's a good point.
Mm-hmm. It's a great point. Thank you. That's 3 Kevin, 0 Mikey.
The score keeps going
for
down.
all those keeping score.
Last week
my number
like
keeps
6?
going up. That was last. It's a new start. They missed all the stuff that we didn't record. Remember? Where I got you twice. There was that thing you said about my face, and I insulted your mother.
Oh yeah,
it was really funny.
That's good.
Yeah, she doing all right by the way?
Yeah, she's doing good.
Good.
Thanks for asking.
Yeah, no worries.
You should. Never mind. Samsung is. Samsung is.
I almost made more jokes, and I was like, you know what? This is a touching moment. Let's keep it sweet. Let's keep it positive.
I was about
what
to
is Samsung up to?
Samsung is actually expanding S Pen support to more devices. Samsung S Pen is mostly associated with its Galaxy Note series, but that will most likely change in the coming years. The newly unveiled Galaxy S21 Ultra will come with S Pen support. Samsung will make standalone S Pens for the device, including a Pro model that enables Bluetooth connection for action air gestures. Based on company statement to Sam Mobile, Samsung may be manufacturing those S Pens for other devices as well. It told the publication that it plans to extend the S Pen experience across additional device categories in the future. The full statement reads, "We are committed to innovating new mobile experiences that flow seamlessly and continuously to make our customers' lives easier and better. We've made the bold decision to expand the S Pen experience to Galaxy S21 Ultra and plan to expand the S Pen experience across additional devices categories in the future."
Now, did you reread bold experience twice because you're like, okay, they're calling this a bold choice, or because you just misspoke?
No. Like, yeah, why is this a bold?
Yeah.
Companies are so weird
understand.
with the words that they decide to use.
It's just, this is such an interesting and stupid move. No, I don't know, stupid. I feel like the coolest thing that the S Pen does is, like, as soon as you pull it out, because that's its little charging dock, right? So it knows when it's in its sleeve and when it's out. Like, as soon as it pulls it out, it, like, switches to pen mode or whatever. And it's like, well, if you sell a phone where the case is just holding it in place and no longer being the main place of charging, and, like, it doesn't know that it's connected, then, like, you lose that, right? You lose the auto on feature.
I don't understand.
And then it's like,
why they wouldn't have like a spacer gap in all these phones where the S Pen could go, and then you could pull out the S Pen if you end up buying it.
Well, I mean, it makes the phone bigger, right? Suddenly you're either making it longer, wider, taller, one of those aspects that, like, they weren't engineering. And it's like leaving a gap for something that, like smaller than a 1%, right? Like, you have to imagine one of every 100 Samsung people. I don't think they're buying the pen separately.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing. It's like S Pen was one of those things where it's actually a really cool stylus piece of tech.
And it works really rad, and that's because you have the S Note app that, like, pops up as soon as you pull it out.
In
my opinion,
yeah, and it works really well. And obviously, this was developed with the Note in mind, where it actually has a spot to charge, like you were saying. And it was one of those things that people talked about when they came out with it. And like I said, it's a really awesome, cool piece of little tech. But
it's great with contractors and, like, people that do construction.
Yeah, and it was one of those pieces of tech though that after, like, for the general user, they play around with it for like a day or two, and then it gets put in the casing, and then never pulled out again.
Sure.
Like, what's the practicality of you using a stylus?
Draw dicks on things.
I mean, yeah, for a couple days, and then you get all dicked out.
I mean, drawing dicks never gets old. You know,
it's a fair point. This was like the only piece of news where I thought, like, oh, this was interesting because this means their Note lineup's dead, right? We can all admit this year we're not.
I don't know. I don't. I'm gonna be interested to see what happens with it. I have a feeling that, like, I don't know. Don't you think this is more the opposite, where they're looking into seeing if the Note lineup should die, or should it be extended everywhere?
Well, remember,
because, like, why not just include?
We had rumors before where
the Ultra was gonna have S21 Ultra Plus or whatever.
There were rumors before, at the end of this year, actually, this last year, that they were getting rid of the Note series.
And but, like, those rumors,
it's not true.
The rumors that I had heard is that they were going to get rid of the Note series, and that one of the, like, the biggest version of the S21 Ultra, right? That's what it's called. That's the fanciest one they have, was going to have the stylus. So you have the option of getting a stylus for it, but it doesn't work as seamlessly as, like, the Note. And I don't know. But how often are the people making or, like, buying the Note upgrading their phone? My brother-in-law has one, and he has the Note 5. He loves that phone, and this is his second Note 5. And he loves using the stylus, and I just feel like that's the crowd it's in with, because he does a bunch of like home improvement and construction stuff just for fun, and like anytime we're at Home Depot planning something out, he'll pull it out and start drawing it because it's easier to show that way. And I just kind of feel like the crowd that is buying the Note, that's like a lot of people are doing that sort of stuff. And like, I'm not just saying this from my experiences with the Waveform podcast, which is, MKBHD.
Yeah.
Oh, did I say all those letters right?
Yeah.
Marquez Brownlee. Yeah, his like, he's talked about it, and basically he's asked his giant fan base to like hit him up and tell him what they do with it, and he's like, yeah, that's what we saw a lot of.
Yeah.
So,
you're right.
like,
I feel like that crowd doesn't buy like the next Note,
the newest phone,
but
or they're not buying a new phone every year.
Eventually, they're not going to be able to get the the Note 5 again. So
no, I know, yeah, sure, but that's what I'm saying.
Well, that's
you have to have a.
Do we not have a Note this year, and then next year one of the Samsung S20 ones actually have it built in, and then you can buy it additionally for any of the other ones? I could see that happening too. This was them kind of
I could see that. I can see that happen. I can also, like, it would be interesting to see a phone that gets renewed every like 2 or 3 years. You're not getting the next Note every year.
That'd be
that might be interesting.
That's just not how Samsung rolls.
You're right, and that's why they control so much of the market. They're always out there with every option, 3 variations now of each option.
Yeah, I feel like when Apple was really dominating the market as well, I feel like they didn't have a ton of options. They used to have like 2 options. Right. Now I just feel like...
I mean, for a long time, it was like one option. Like, you can get the iPhone, you can get it in 3 different sizes because we're being generous.
Yeah.
You have 2 different colors, black and white. And the white has a lot of black on it. And it's like, oh, all right. But I mean, that's how you... Like, that's how you get numbers strong. I feel like it's been a while since we've heard that like Apple has broken a record with iPhone sales. Yeah. A while is like a year and a half.
And that's kind of what Google's doing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know. I feel like Google's going the other route where they tried to have the highest premium phone, but everyone was like, I don't know, it's fine. Like, yeah, it's the best Android phone you can get. And now I think Google's trying to do this thing where they're like, why don't we just try mid-market and cheap phones? And they're getting a lot of attention for the 4A, and they should. It's a $300 phone, right? Something like that. And then the 5, my little brother actually just bought one because he broke his 4. I think he just had a 4. So he got a 5 to replace it, and I mean, he seems happy enough with it.
Yeah.
It's, they dialed a bunch of things back, but like, I think it's all good stuff that they dialed back, where they added a fingerprint scanner again, and they got rid of the face scanning stuff. Because it's like, oh, people wear masks, they can't get their face scanned.
A little bit of a bummer. I do miss the face scan.
I like using my thumb for stuff.
I like having that as well, though.
Do you know that the Apple logo is a button?
On the new ones?
On all of them.
No. That's not true.
Okay, I guess I'm a fucking idiot.
Yeah. No, that's not true. I don't know about on the new ones, but no, it's not a button.
On the last one? The iPhone 11? That's what you have right now?
No, that's not what I have, but it's not a button, no.
It is. I have Paula's iPhone 11 right here. I set it up the other day.
What is it a button for?
Oh,
Power?
My God. Hold on. Yeah, no, that's for Kevin, 0 Mikey today. You can program it for whatever you want. It's fucking crazy.
Is it a touch button or is it a physical button?
Yeah, it's a touch button.
Okay, I didn't know it was a touch button. I thought you were saying like a.
Well, I know. I didn't say it was a button you pushed in.
All right,
it's okay. Just admit you're wrong.
I didn't know that. That's cool.
But how cool is that?
That's dope.
You can go into the settings, into the. You should check it out because I bet yours has it too. You can go to the touch input or one of those. No, what is it? It's the one that like. Hold on. They have the equivalent here, but yeah, you can go in there and you can program it to like be the home button or any number accessory. No, that's not it. Hold on. Accessibility. I think it's the accessibility section. Then you know like buttons or something, and it's one of those. Um, and you can apparently you guys have this thing called shortcuts where you can program like if then this and that stuff. Interesting aspect of iPhones that I didn't know about until recently.
Well,
That
I don't. It hasn't been a
has my
thing until
attention.
recently.
The shortcuts?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was with
a
that
fun
update.
feature.
The Android update. That was with that.
That's a really cool feature. I'm not hearing too much about. You know, and then when I say too much about it, it's the kids that I follow. The what are they called? Unwrap Therapy. MKBHD.
Unbox Therapy.
Unbox. That's it. You got it.
Lou.
You got it.
My dude Lou.
Lou. That's it. He's good. I like him.
Yeah, he is good. So we actually have a question about styluses.
You don't have an iPhone anymore. That's right.
Yeah.
I'm an idiot. My bad.
You're good.
Question about stylus.
Yeah, this question comes from
style.
Yanni, longtime fan of Play Everything, or goes by Lady Hulk as well. She says, "Hi,
Lady
Mike
Hulk.
and Kevin. Longtime listener, first time caller. LOL. I had a thought after following up with the release of the Samsung Galaxy S21 series of phones coming out now outside of the Galaxy Note and the Galaxy Tab lineups. The S21 Ultra will have S Pen support. This had me thinking, do you guys remember the Fly Pen and the Live Scribe pens? It was the coolest tech to me at the time, and I was fortunate enough to get the Live Fly Pen for Christmas when I was around 10. I actually made use of it a little in the middle school and with some interactive academic-based activity sheets. Then there's a Live Scribe pen that took things to another level. It seemed to be geared more toward the older college crowd. Regardless, though, I believe both needed special paper to get the most out of their features. We're well past a decade now from their initial releases back then, and it seems as though we pushed more towards advancing styluses for touchscreen devices like Samsung Galaxy S Pen and the Apple Pencil. Do you think those older Smart Ink pen iterations still have an audience, or we could see a resurgent for some of these in the future? Would love to know your thoughts. Love the show. Y'all are awesome, and y'all are awesome what you do. Thanks, Yanni.
Yeah, thank you so much.
I hate a fucking stylus.
Well, see, that's the thing. You're not artistic. You know what I mean? You're not in there drawing and making beautiful art. And I'm not either. You know, so they're not super useful.
So
I have used a stylus that I got for Paula for the iPad because she's artistic. And I drew dicks with it, and it made it fun. You know? There's a big difference. Like we're all taught to draw and write with pencils, not our fingers. So it's one of those things where it's like it makes things a lot easier. I've never had a stylus where I was like, "Oh, this works smoothly." There's always that like millisecond off where it's like just slightly behind where the stylus tip is on, and it's always bothered me. Apple and actually Samsung both have really, really good. Yeah, so this is cool because this is actually technology that still exists now. I can't remember. There's a company I recently saw a video for where I think it's so you have like a notebook, right, with special paper, and you grab the pen and you touch all four corners and then click one of the like on the bottom and it's got like a symbol for math and a symbol for science and one for English. So it like organizes the notes and like the pen's movements and it's just pen and paper, but the pen's movements are transcribed on the app, and you have that all saved. I don't think this is it. Yeah, I guess this is. Yeah, you know what? This is it. You found it.
No,
pen looks a lot.
This is
the pen
the one
looks
she
a
was
lot
talking
dumber.
about. This is the. New,
this is what she's talking. Okay, well they have something like this still.
No, this is a year ago. This is the Live Scribe 3 Smart Pen. So it's still around. It's still a thing. When I was
you trying to get a point? Is that what this is about? You trying to get a point?
No.
You know what? I'm giving you the point. Fine. 3 me, 0 you. Still, I took 1 point away. It's the same thing.
it's cool, but like, God, it seems complicated to use.
Yeah.
Way more complicated than it
And
should.
also, like, who's taking notes?
I mean, smart people, Kevin.
Oh, whoa! It
Not
turned
you and
into
me.
fucking right. You see that?
Mm-hmm.
You see that? Went from digital to or handwritten to digital.
Yeah.
Fucking, what's up with that? It sounds like the devil's work. You know what I mean?
Well, it's cool. It's like you could like
thank you.
press on the part of the note, and it will give you the recording up to that point of that piece of note, which is cool. But like I said, you and me not taking notes. You know what I mean?
No.
Smart people, they take notes. The Yannis of the world, they're taking notes. You and me, we're not taking
You
notes.
think so?
We're
You
drawing
think
dicks.
Donnie's taking notes there?
How long into getting this pen you draw a dick with it?
Oh, seconds. You know, seconds. That's how I check that it's working. Like, no, my veins were thicker than that. You ever use the like bamboo Wacom tablets, the Cintiq tablets?
The drawing ones?
Well, I mean, drawing, writing, you can do whatever you want with them, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, they're mostly used for drawing.
I've never used them. I used those styluses before, the bamboo styluses.
Yeah,
All
I mean,
right.
they work. They work well. Yeah, it's that same thing where the bamboo stylus has maybe an eighth of a delay, so it just doesn't feel as natural.
The two pens I was impressed with is what you said. The S Pen and the Apple Pencil.
Apple.
Where it's like, this works really well, and I can see how this is intuitive. Like, for artist types, for regular use, absolutely useless.
Just dumb, really.
Yeah, it makes no sense. Like, it's cool. You can turn your
just kidding.
iPad into a, like, you can draw with your iPad, like, legitly.
Sure. But that's the thing. It's just one of the, like, I don't know. I think that for what it was, amazing. And for us to be like, oh, why would we ever use it? You're right. We're not going to use it. It's not a product made for us. You know? They weren't marketing it to us norms.
No.
Those fat-fingered people, you know what I mean?
They were. Apple was a little bit at the beginning.
No.
Yeah.
No.
For sure.
Also, I always thought it was super weird that, like, the charger was, you would just plug it in, and it's like, great. Now I have this fucking, like, 5-inch stick hanging off the side, ready to break off in there, you know?
The Apple one, yeah, it's bad charging design. So bad.
You know what actually I used and liked quite a bit was the Microsoft Surface Pro 3, I believe. That has the magnetic pen that clips on the side, which also charges it. It worked really well, and it had the fun feature. And a lot of phone or pens do this too, where you flip it around, and that you can do another feature on that. Yeah, I remember I programmed it, I think in Photoshop, to do undo. So I would like draw something and be like, oh, no, click it against myself, and it would undo. And it's like, there it is. That's pretty cool.
That is cool.
I like functionality. Give me buttons to program.
I know buttons are essential. I don't like styluses. I've never. Have you ever used one of the cheap rubber tip ones?
Yeah.
You use them for a second, and you're like, this is garbage.
Well, every once in a while, and I don't have any here, but like we would go to some hotel, and they'd always like they'd have the pens in the room.
And on the other end,
Fun.
You got the rubber tip?
Yeah, it has the little rubber tip. I actually really like those, and they're pretty good for what's this program called? They're the Photoshop Express or whatever one of those.
The mobile
phone,
Photoshop.
The mobile phone one. I never showed the world this, but like there's a picture that I took of Paula, and I like edited it completely on there when I was playing it using my iPad, and I was able to like totally create a layer of just hers. The picture was blown out, but I was able to like totally save the picture, and I had it like saved in 3 steps. And like the only reason I was able to do that is because the pen, allowed you the flexibility to get in there and really draw around her.
No, the rubber tips are terrible. You don't get accuracy. You don't.
I'm telling you. Well, I would zoom in as much as I could, then I get in there and get accuracy. But with enough patience, you can get what you want. You can draw the perfect dick.
Can we talk about iPads? Best tablet out there. They're so good.
Oh, it's not even close. Because you know what it is? And like I'll never fucking say this again, but iOS, iPad, um, operating system. It's just simple in a way that like no one else has been able to touch.
It's the
Why?
same.
I don't know.
It's
I don't
the
know.
same OS pretty much as the phones.
Yeah, and if I'm gonna use the phone as a giant iPad, it's perfect. But I'm not using the phone as a giant iPad. I'm you know.
Yeah, dude. iPad, like the iPad Pros, they're like seriously, like they're just so well designed. It's very impressive.
It's just fast as shit. You go to do something and it's happening.
Yeah, not
You know?
clunky. Oh man. Nvidia Shield TV now supports PS5 and Xbox Series X controllers. They're cooking something up over there. NVIDIA Shield TV, the company's powerful set-top box, can now pair with Xbox Series X and S gamepads, as well as the PlayStation 5's DualSense controller. The long-awaited feature arrives at the Shield 8.22 software update, which includes support for Control 4 home automation, as well as Discovery Plus and Noggin streaming apps. Connecting the controllers works as you'd expect. Turn on the Shield button's discovery mode and either press the pairing button on your Xbox controller or the PlayStation clip share buttons on the DualSense. It's surprising it took as long as it did for Nvidia to add support for the gamepads, but obviously with their GeForce Now streaming service coming out, it makes a lot of sense. I kind of wanted to just touch on this because if anybody listening, I want to hear you write in. Because I'm always intrigued by the Nvidia Shield. Do you own a Nvidia Shield? How do you like it? And what do you use it for? Are you actually gaming on this thing? If so, what? Or are you just using it for your Netflix and your Hulu? I'm just very interested on Nvidia Shield users. Because it seems like the people who are into them are like into them. Right?
No, you're 100% right. And the only context I have for the Nvidia Shield is that, like, for a little while, it was the only real practical solution to get the Hue lights to work with the Hue sync, like, technology.
Of course.
Where you would, like, mirror... What?
I said, of course, that's your only way of really having any knowledge of it. Because I did something for you.
You know what? But I knew it existed. Here's the thing. How far are we from Xbox being like, and you can play Xbox's live thing on the Nvidia Shield?
Oh, I'm sure that's going to be day one with the streaming. Once they launch the streaming aspect.
Yeah.
The xCloud, I'm almost 100% positive. You'll be able to do that.
Yeah, because like they've announced that that's coming to TVs, right? And Stadia.
I don't know if we have those details yet.
You said that in a weird way.
For xCloud?
You got information. Yeah.
No, they haven't really. Like,
I thought they
announced that. I mean, think about all the partnerships.
Was it Stadia? It was something just announced. Like LG just announced, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah, that was with Stadia, correct?
Okay.
But
well,
for Xbox.
I mean. So LG, no xCloud information. You got the facts, or you don't got the facts?
No,
okay,
there's no xCloud information.
You.
Look how long it took Stadia to get to TV's native apps. Like that process takes a while. From what it seems like, it takes a while.
You're just guessing.
No, I mean, just frankly, Twitch wasn't on Samsung TVs for until like a year ago.
It's crazy.
So it seems like there's a process, an arduous, really convoluted process to get on these TV's software apps.
So you think xCloud gets on there?
Yeah, but I'm just interested on people's use of the Nvidia Shield, what they use it for. Is it just more for streaming? Like, is this just like a pimped out Google Chromecast, or like are people actually playing games on this thing? I'm just interested in it. And the fact that you have GeForce experience on this thing, it intrigues me. Right. Because Nvidia makes a good content, or makes some good hardware.
Good shit. Yep, hardware. That's the word we were looking for.
And you brought up Philips Hue. Speaking of Philips Hue, just want to throw this in because anything Philips Hue, we'll cover it. We're the #1 Philips Hue podcast on the internet.
How upsetting was it? Literally, like right after we fucking did the show, like Philips was like, "Here's our new shit for the year. We might announce more shit later. See you guys later."
I didn't see that part of it. They said more. They might announce more stuff later?
No, they literally just always like around April, June, May. They'll always be like, "Hey, we made four new products."
You think they'll do like
And it's
a stream?
They don't usually. They literally just put it on their forums, or like they'll go up in their German forums, and Reddit like loses their mind. The Hue Reddit's it's alive and well,
Dude. Philips Hue, if you do like a live conference ever, me and Kevin Coello, I'll make special graphics and we'll do a Philips Hue watch along.
I'll put the original Hue logo up on my forehead. Face painted on backwards.
We'll have a bunch of Gen 1 bulbs and like Gen 1 like docks in the background. It'll be a good time.
I hate the color matching issues that I have with the Gen 1 bulbs that I own.
But yeah.
So I noticed you only included some of the stuff. You didn't want to throw in the other stuff? That's kind of lame.
The outdoor light? No, I mean, I was going to touch on it because I'm sure you'd want to talk about it. But I mean, it's a really underwhelming announcement. But
I mean, just so you know, they've been doing underwhelming announcements that have excited me for now years.
No, but those aren't really underwhelming. But
yeah, they were. They're always underwhelming.
Again, number one, Philips Hue.
I'll let you get to it. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Philips Hue module turns any light switch into a smart switch. Smart lights normally require you to keep switches on all the time, and that could be a pain when someone flicks the light on, like if you have visitors over the house and they don't realize that you're trying to do a smart lighting setup. You'll have a way to keep your lights available to you no matter what. Through Signify is releasing a Philips Hue wall switch module that upgrades existing switches to smart units. The add-on only keeps lights available regardless of the switch position, but lets you specify what happens when someone toggles the switch. You'll have to wait until summer to get the module in North America at the price of $40, $70 for the 2-pack. It makes it less likely that you'll have to retrofit your home. All you have to do is basically unscrew your little light switch socket, and then you wire in behind the light switch socket this little module.
First of all of that seems really fucking complicated.
Yeah, I feel like at that point you can just switch it out with the light switches.
But they don't sell light switches, right? Hughes doesn't sell.
Not Hue directly, but there is like a brand that does Hue light switches.
Friends of Hue.
But
right?
the issue with that
Lutron,
is I don't know how well those work.
How they incorporate.
Works. I don't think Lutron is incorporated with Hue.
So yeah, that's my thing. There's so many companies that are friends with Hue, and then it's like, how do I incorporate it? Because like I have 2 switches. God damn it, Cecil. Chill out. I have 2 light switches that like I want to change out in the kitchen, and then one down in the downstairs kitchen, and I don't know what the best solution, because like the changing out the fixture is really expensive, and then I have to buy a lot more bulbs, which I'm not against, just to be clear. But like electricity scares me, as it should. Electricity's scary.
That's a scary thing, scary business.
Yeah. So I don't want to do it myself, and I don't know that I want to hire someone to do it. So like this seemed like a cool solution, and then I looked into it,
and you have to wire
it. Looks like, yeah, and it's point, like, oh, there's a video. Oh, was that you?
No, but I can hear you. No, that's you.
I don't think so.
Like it's gonna cover it up. It's like when you cough when you fart.
In the video on the magazine there, or the article you sent me, it like shows it and it like takes it apart. Can you pull that up?
Yeah,
I have some strong critiques that I'd like to bring to everyone's attention. You know?
Yeah.
Wait.
No
rush.
No, and then there was a Lutron Switch that works with Philips Hue, but you don't. That actually makes more practical sense because.
But here's the thing. Does it incorporate in the app? Can I program it so my motion sensor turns the light on? You see?
No.
See what I'm asking?
No,
here?
it does. So it's like a thing that you put over everything. I know.
Pause it. Oh, you're talking about the little button.
Yeah,
it's a little button.
It's like a switch.
Pause it right there. Go back. No, you went too far. I want to see it when it's all like exploded. You remember the exploded view?
Right.
Keep going.
Well, no, I don't.
No, there's another one.
Yeah, there's another one.
Jump around a little bit. There's another one. Nothing's happening. I think that was it. that second one. Oh my god, you're so bad at this. Do you want me to just do it?
No, there's no preview on
me.
the thing, on the scroll wheel.
All right, at
This is
21
Twitter
seconds
video.
exactly.
Twitter
Go to
video
20. Can you listen to me? Can you listen to me? Go to 21 seconds.
I think that's exactly what we were just on. Give a
I
second.
will fucking gut you like a fish. Do you understand? That means from mouth to ass. There, that's it. That's exactly what I was asking for. Hey. So a couple things. One, have you ever seen a switch like that? Have you ever been in someone's house and seen like, oh, that's a normal light switch?
That's what I was saying when I saw it for the first time.
I've taken apart a lot of light switches because I'm crazy about the covers and stuff. So if I go into a house and it's got a broken one, I'll fix it. No problem. I'll fix it. It's easy. I've never seen a round receptacle like that. Like, did they really just make a piece that's not going to fit in anyone's household?
Yeah, you're right, dude.
You know what I mean? And it's like,
that.
And it's also like, okay, maybe it fits sideways and squeezes in, which I don't fucking think so. Like, those aren't that big. Every single light switch I've ever interacted with has two cables. Fucking white one, black one. And there's just two copper pieces that are screwed into the side of the light bulb. That doesn't look like any of this shit.
You can put it in this way, though.
Did you just make that up right here in the spot?
You could put it in that way. So
how many light switches did you take apart?
Way.
How many light switches? Here's the thing. Every single light switch, unless it's like a 3-gang or more, not enough space.
Yeah.
Like those boxes aren't made to take some shit. That's why this picture or this video that we're seeing right here has this round receptacle that, again, I've never seen before. I don't know that they're real.
That's so funny, dude. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
That's a great point.
So I don't know what to do. I guess I'm going to have to fucking... Also, I have done a very good job training people to stop fucking touching my light switches. You could always go the Tim Geddes route, where he bought these... they're magnetic covers that go over the light switch and just block it. Like, it's just little blocker on there. And it, like, to the left, you can put the hue dimmer switch.
Yeah.
Which, are you bringing up the fact that they brought a new hue dimmer switch?
Yeah, sure. I mean, let's talk about it.
Why do you do this to me?
What do you mean?
I'm trying to find it.
There's a new option if you want new switches. I have it right here on the thing.
Oh yeah.
This is what it looks like.
That thing's ugly, you know?
Yeah, well, I mean,
don't like it.
What was at the bottom before? What's on my switch?
It's on and off. So on is on the top, off is at the bottom, and then you've got dimmers. So now it looks like on and off is one button, dimmers, and then the party button. You think it's a party button?
Yeah, it's a party button for sure. But the party button used to just be you press on again, and it will cycle through all your scenes.
Yeah, you press on like 4 times.
So basically, the hue button is that.
Is it?
Yeah, because there's a new option.
Cycle through on.
If you want, no. If you want to do new switches, a redesigned Philips Hue. That's why I was like, this is kind of like a slight update. Humor.
I mean, honestly, they took. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Shown in the middle gives you the familiar brightness and power functions, but there's a hue button that will let you immediately enable your favorite lighting scene or adapt the lights to a time of day. The wireless device can fit on a wall plate, but you'll also sit it on your fridge or any other magnetic surface. The new dimmer switch will reach North America on February 23rd for $25.
Yes, here we go. We got the on, off, bright, and less bright. And you're right. If you hit the on twice, it does
it'll do scene 1, and then you hit it again.
All my light changed.
And then it will cycle through another one. And you hit it again, and it will cycle through another one. So basically, I feel like they just made that button a button instead of like on, which I think's okay. Sure.
I guess. Dumb redesign. Does it have Bluetooth functionality? I'm sure that you just read it, but I wasn't listening. So.
No. I mean,
really?
I'm sure it does, but it wasn't something that they were marketing. Because Bluetooth, they're adding Bluetooth to everything now with all the new stuff.
Right.
So I'm sure it does, but I'm pretty sure Yeah, it wasn't named. And then yes, there are new Hue bulbs this year. The Amaranth is a mountable, stealthy outdoor spotlight, which is meant to wash walls in light. Why they appear wall
They look
light
fucking
now
rad.
comes in brushed steel finish with easy installation. You'll find Amaranth in North America on March 2nd for $170. For now, at least you could now the new a pure variant will only be available in Europe on January 26th for 150 euros.
It is just crazy to me because it's like, all right, so they put an LED strip on an L bracket, you know?
That's what I was
And
trying to
now
pull
that,
up.
yeah, because it's nothing fancy. It literally is just an LED strip, but it doesn't have a bright diffuser on it like the other one did, and it's only, I don't know, a foot and a half long.
Here we go.
I guess it's probably bright as shit. Maybe it's a couple LED strips. That just seems crazy to me. It looks cool. I love it. Will I eventually buy one? It's very possible.
I want this more for indoor than I want it for outdoor.
You can use it for whatever. Just don't put it inside yourself. It's sharp.
Don't tell me what to do.
Look at that right there. It was two of them connected. That's like a $300+ like setup. Oh my God. Did you see how many they had on the walkway? Like, why not just use the LED strip? I guess it's shooting light up.
Well, but
then use the lilies.
They're not outdoors.
They're cheaper.
They're not outdoor light strips.
There are outdoor light strips. There's two different sizes of the outdoor light strip. I think 15 meters and not 15 meters. And 5 meters. The outdoor light strip's pretty cool. It's just
not as bright.
The pattern is, it's significantly less bright. But then use a lily. They have a Lily XL if you want brightness. How many did they say? How many lumens this bad boy is?
I bet you I'm gonna have to look that up if we want that here. Let me see.
And I do want it because we didn't give this enough love last week because we didn't realize that it had happened.
I know, and that was a mistake on our part for being the #1 Philips Hue podcast. And I apologize.
I fucking love Philips Hue no matter how much they make me pay for things that I don't need. You know what I mean? Like, I'm all in.
I'm trying to find it right now.
Find it, dude.
Doesn't. Hold on. I'll get there. You want to vamp a little bit?
Yeah, I'm talking about my feelings about these new outdoor Hue lights. They also made some sconces that are all silver, and they look really cool. But like, I have to figure out a style that I like for the house first before I buy sconces. Like, I can't decide that's with the future because they're so shiny. They're pretty cool looking though.
1,400
like,
lumens.
I don't think that's bright as shit.
Yeah,
that's one of the brightest things that they sell. I mean, there's a 1400 lumen light bulb, right? Or is it 11?
The Lily comes with 1050 lumens, so that's why 1050.
Wow!
So
holy shit! All right, this fucker's bright.
Yeah. So that's your answer to why not the Lily.
That's actually for their history of stuff for a built-in thing. Like what, the flood? The flood. How many is the flood's like 950 lumens? The Hue floodlights.
Yeah, this is hands down the brightest one that they made, and they're getting it. They're slowly getting it. Brighter's better.
Well, yeah, but it's also like 170. You said.
Yeah, it is quite expensive.
I mean, it's not fucking cheap at all. Like they're not getting it. But the thing is, it looked really good with that walkway, and when they had like 5 or 6 of them, you know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Man.
That looked really nice. And it's like, is that like $1,000 worth of Hue lights? Seemed like it. From my perspective, that's what it seemed like.
God, it is my dream to be sponsored by Philips Hue.
It's never gonna happen.
It's never gonna happen.
We've begged them at Kind of Funny.
Yeah, but...
Oh no. Hey, sorry. We're totally wrong. The floodlight is 2300 lumens. So
I see these
Kevin.
these tech. You said 2700 for the Lily?
24.
For the XL though, right?
No, the flood.
Oh, okay.
You know, the rectangular one that's really big? I want to get 4 of those. So. Just gotta wait till Paul lets me. You know what I mean? God, I want him so bad.
I see these YouTubers and they're getting sent, Philips Hue stuff.
Yeah, what kind of YouTubers are they?
They're tech
Philips
YouTubers.
Hue YouTubers.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah,
and that's what kind of show we are. We're a Philips Hue show.
Oh, then you got to do more videos talking about your Philips Hue setup. You know?
And we got some Apple news at the bottom of the show. The next MacBook Pro may bring first of all, this is hilarious. The next MacBook Pro may bring the MagSafe connector back. Apple is planning a new design for the MacBook Pro that will mark the return of the MagSafe connector, according to Bloomberg's Mark Gurman. The analyst Ming-Ching Ku reported to Apple 9 to 5. The laptop will come in 14-inch and 16-inch sizes and will likely be revealed the top of the quarter 2021. The new laptops will use upgraded versions of the Apple's ARM-based processors and more cores of Pro graphics. All the normal computer upgrades that you normally get. What's interesting is it looks like they're going to kill the touch bar and they're adding more I/O ports. So you don't need to buy additional dongles, according to Co.
I feel like they're backtracking, like going back on a lot of things. Yeah. That's interesting.
The biggest change, however, is you could return the MagSafe instead of the USB-C charger, which to me, I feel like the biggest thing on here is that they're going to be adding more ports. And apparently like HDMI and like the normal computer ports that you get on every other computer.
Yeah. So you don't have to buy like an adapter.
That's
interesting.
Hilarious to me. I just think it's so funny that it goes completely against the philosophy that they're trying to have right now. Where it's like simplicity.
I mean, that they've been setting up for years, and that's the last interesting 5 thing. Years. Yeah, or even longer than that, because it's like, hey, this is all you ever need. Whatever we give you, that's what you need to have. If you need more, we'll make a product for you that you'll use, Yeah, man. Interesting.
It's just...
I don't know.
And the MagSafe apparently is going to charge faster than USB. USB-C.
Cool. Yeah, USB-C. And that's cool. Great. So I guess they're not going to go to the USB-C standard for everything.
I like the MagSafe charger.
iPhone will never get it. Yeah, no, it's cool, and it's one of those things that it's better for your device. If someone trips, it just unplugs. That's cool. But I just think that having everything be the USB-C is that's what we want, right? That's what we strive for.
There'll be USB-Cs on it. Don't get me wrong, but I'm sure.
But if it's not its main charger, that's one more charger you got to carry around. I just want one charger for everything.
Yeah, that's never gonna happen.
You chill.
But yeah, interesting backtrack on the last 5 years of what Apple's been doing. Apple, and then also we're going to be getting an iMac redesign. Apparently, this is a rumor, and a half-size Mac Pro. Essentially, the Mac Pro, which is that big expensive tower that they make the cheese grater, they're going to be making basically like a half step there as well. And they are going to be redesigning the look of the iMac new screen, most likely mini LED Retina display, and then they are going to be changing the look to more resemble the Pro Display XDR monitor that you saw, the $10,000 one or $6,000 one, the mastering one with the $1,000 stand. So that's cool. We haven't had a major update for iMacs since 2012, so it's exciting.
Does this really count as major? And isn't it weird that they're doing this? And it seems like...
When was the last time something was stuck around for 9 years? The design hasn't changed in 9 years. They're going to make it more...
It's good that they're changing it. It's a good thing. But,
first of all, iMacs are phenomenal. Phenomenal computers.
Sure, great. But... these pros, they're gonna have the M1 chip, or they're whatever the equivalent for the bigger one's gonna be, an M2 chip, let's call it.
Oh yeah,
probably not.
You're saying the Mac Pros or the iMacs? The iMacs will.
Mac Pros.
The Mac Pros. They are gonna have variations with the M1 chip, but obviously since those are more for professional use, they're gonna keep some Intel chips in them.
So you have to imagine we're gonna get a redesign in the next 2 to 3 years. that utilizes the M whatever chip that is going to be like a higher end chip meant for that sort of stuff? Because like that's what they're going to do. They need to be pushing their chip everywhere, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think we're gonna get that this year. It's just gonna be you can still buy the Intel one or you can buy the M1 one.
I think this year's too early.
No,
for
this
the
is
sort
all
of processing
rumored.
those chips.
This is all rumored. What are you talking about?
No, I know.
Supercomputers use that M1
I'm
chip.
saying I think that it's going to be too early. They're not going to be able to hit it.
They'll be able to hit it. They're Apple.
And I think that like we're going to have an M1 style chip in the next couple years, and it's like, so I mean, good luck buying one of these Pros and then buying another one 2 years from now, because like the numbers are going to be way better. It's very impressive what they're doing with with their own chips. Very impressed.
No, we just gotta wait for Nvidia. We're gonna get Nvidia PC ARM chips. Just wait.
I know. I'm excited.
It is very exciting. Synthetic cornea helped a legally blind man regain his sight. Again, I like scientific news every once in a while. Throw it in here. A legally blind 78-year-old man has regained his sight after being an inaugural patient to receive a promising new type of corneal implant. Israel Harem has reported developed by a company called Coordinate.
As a first step,
The K Pro is the first implant that can be integrated directly into the eye wall to replace scarred or deformed corneas with no donor tissue. Immediately after the surgery, the patient was able to recognize family members and read numbers on an eye chart. This is cool stuff, man.
Yeah, I'm watching like it's a CG like video on how it's done, and it's terrifying, and it's not even real. You know, like this is fucking rad. For someone who's like glaucoma runs on like both sides of my family. Like this is really cool. This seems like the kind of thing that might be able to help me someday if my eyes go bad. God willing, they never. Oh my fucking god, they like put stitches in the eyeball. Oh shit.
Yeah, they got stitched up.
Again, go to 1 minute and 38 seconds. Come on, dude, today. Too far.
I'm going
Too far.
Ooh, man.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Eye stuff freaks
Yeah,
me out.
they put stitches in your eyes. Stitches, eye stuff, neck stuff. Which is funny because I can poke my own eyeball, no problem.
Yeah,
But you know what? I think it's stitches. If stitches don't freak you out in someone's eyeball, like there's something fucking wrong with you, right?
No, 100%.
If you're like, oh, stitches in an eyeball, that's totally cool.
I like
that's
eye
fun.
stuff.
I don't care about that.
Look at this thing, dude. It's like a bionic eye.
Yeah, one of them robot eyes.
Very cool science. It's cool.
Oh,
It
none of my body parts do that.
Ooh, I don't like this.
Oh wait, okay, all right. So they opened up the sclera. Yeah, okay. Oh, interesting.
But yeah, so you don't need like any donor tissue on this.
That's fucking dope.
It's right after the surgery, being able to see. That sounds promising to me.
But here's the thing: put X-ray in this bitch. You know what I mean? Put heat vision in this. Well, the science has to be there, right?
Yeah. Well,
add another filter. Suddenly you can see IR, infrared light. Let's figure it out.
And they asked. I mean, obviously, there's surgeries like this before, but they're super complex and they usually last resorts. And sometimes they don't work. So
sure, lots of times they don't work. That's why they're the last resort.
Yeah. So this is promising. If you go blind, it's a good way to fix it.
Well, to be clear, a very specific sort of blind.
Yeah. I don't know the other kinds of blind.
Yeah, no, there's like, imagine you lose your eyeball. It's just gone. Yeah, you're fucked.
Oh, yeah.
No amount of cornea replacement's going to fix that. You know what I mean?
But cool stuff in science, man. With the
it really is.
Tech jumps. I love always seeing like stuff like this. We had that exoskeleton one of the shows. With the exoskeleton for people
help
who
you
can't
pick
walk.
up, help you sit down, right?
Tech's cool, man. I fuck with it.
Tech's really cool. Right now, you had heat vision eyes as an option. You think you'd go for it?
Heat vision? Why would you want that?
Yeah.
heat up my pizza pockets?
No, not like shooting fire. Although, if you can figure that out, I guess that's also called heat vision. You know, where you can see temperature, like a predator.
How would you switch it on? Is there like a little thing that you go like?
No, you just unfocus your eyes. Oh, it's on now. And it's like, suddenly I can see only in temperature. But like, I know how many squirrels are in the tree. There's 2 of them, and they're fucking.
I feel like that'd be an issue if you're driving.
Well, yeah, then turn it off.
But what if it turns on?
What if your phone implodes in your pocket? You know what I mean? It's just one of those things that sometimes it happens.
Because then all the glass, and then you can't see anything. Then you're screwed.
Well, I don't think it, I feel like the way heat vision has always looked like to me is that you could still see shit. It's just now heat is in different color. Yeah, the glass, you still have your vision behind it. The heat vision is like a filter on top.
No, I play Call of Duty Warzone, and thermals cannot see through glass.
I don't know but again, like I think you still have parts of your regular vision left.
Also, why don't
Chat, let us know who gets this point.
Yeah. Leave a comment down below.
Not chat,
also,
comments. Yeah,
translucent glass, why don't we use those in cars?
What do you mean?
Like, why don't we just have the transition glass on all cars?
Transition glass, got it. Because transition glass never fucking works. Do you have any transition glasses?
No.
It's because they suck. Eventually, like, I've never known anyone to own a pair of transition glasses and not been like, yeah, these are total crap. Like, oh, you don't like them? And it's like, well, I mean, they're the one pair I got this year, so I hate them. You go into a dark room, and it's like, why are your glasses still dark? It's like, because the technology isn't there yet. And it's like, oh.
But in vehicles, it would make sense.
Except for when it stays dark and it's nighttime, and you're like, I can't see, but it won't shift back.
Someone flashes their high beams at you. You're driving off the side of the road.
Yep. It would darken completely. What's that company? There was a company, Bosch or something, that was making. It was one of those little things that flip down in the car.
Visors?
The shades.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a little visor, but it was transparent, and it used the same like an AI to like figure out where your eyes were, and it only darkened the spots that would cover your eyes. It looked really fucking cool.
That is cool. Kevin, thank you for joining me on Tech Favor this week. I appreciate it. It's been a good show. Talked about some eyes. Saw an eye surgery that really is burned into my mind.
Did that one kid that talked about the fancy wand controller
did not
ever hit back?
Did not write back in.
Huh. Okay.
Unfortunately.
Kind of a fuck you directly to me, huh, bud?
Yeah, I mean, I feel so. But I'm with that. Anyway, thank you for joining us on Tech Fever. If you if you listen, you can listen to the podcast on all podcast services: Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify. We are everywhere in your ear holes. If you can't watch it, and you can definitely watch it on YouTube.com/play everything.
I want them in your ear hole.
Post 10 a.m. every Thursday. So go check that out. If you're listening and you want to see what the eye surgery looked like or see anything that we're talking about, it's going to be there. You can follow Kevin at Kind of Funny Kevin on Twitter.
Pull up the visor.
You can follow
Pull up the visor.
you can follow him and all his endeavors over at youtube.com/kindoffunny. You can follow me at Cheeks_Junior. And again, everything I do here is right here, youtube.com/play everything. Until next time.
Wait, no, pull up the visor thing. I brought it up. I found it. It was, in fact, made by Bosch. You know Bosch. They make windshield wipers.
They also make dishwashers.
Yeah, they do a lot. And now they're working on AI that blocks out the sun.
Oh, this was shown at CES?
Our new house is amazing.
Yeah, but like last year.
Oh my god.
2020 CES.
Oh my god.
He just has to show you this, and we can go after that. But
for bundling made
oh my god, dude!
Something's going wrong. He's just yelling, "Oh my god!"
Don't you hate video players that aren't YouTube?
Yeah, I do. Do we like that?
Full
That's
screen is not
Fairfax.
supported. Awesome.
Oh, good. Good.
Here's your visor.
Okay. There's a dude talking that I can't hear. I think there's a GIF somewhere down there that just shows you what goes on.
What GIF, Kevin?
Okay, well, your computer's all broke. There it is. There it is. It tracks your face and it blacks it out. We got it. End the show. Have a nice weekend.
Wait, we got the fever.
We got the fever. Did I do it?